So, one of the web channels that I watch on a somewhat frequent basis is called Shadiversity. It is Shad Brooks, guy from Australia. Talks about basically geek stuff. He role-playing games and war and history and stuff like that. One thing he does is he does weapons reviews, and he'll do either historical weapons, or sometimes he'll do fantasy weapons or weapons from TV, and just, would this make a good weapon in real life, or what's the best weapon, or, even with the historical ones, do people like this just because it looks cool, or is it actually a good weapon? Now, unknowingly, of course, people have their favorites, so it's like, he criticizes this kind of sword, well, I like this sword, so I'm going to reply angrily to Shad, and I am going to make my own video and tell why he is wrong and call him out on it. And sometimes he responds to their responses, sometimes not. But the issue that comes up frequently in these response videos is a well-trained person can overcome all the things that you criticize. But yes, I guess in reality could. However, a well-trained person would also know the weaknesses of the weapon. So, I am well-trained in this fantasy weapon which doesn't exist in the real world and has flaws in it. I know how to overcome the flaws. I would also be trained in how to fight someone who has the same weapon. So all of my training would negate their training, because I know the flaws of the weapons and I know how to fight against it. So the whole a well-trained person argument presupposes that you're fighting against someone who's not trained as well as you are. And, there was real life, here we go. Back when I was a teenager, a little kid attacked me with a wiffle bat for no apparent reason. He was out playing and thought, oh, I'll go, swing it around like a sword, whatever he was doing. Saw a person walking down the street, decided to attack him with it. I took a few raps on the knuckles with it, but I managed to disarm him and toss the bat away, no problem. So, by that example, I could argue fighting empty-handed is better than fighting with a whipple bat, because I beat this little kid. And the reality of the situation is, no, I beat the little kid because I was twice his size, and I knew he was using something which could do very little damage to me if he actually hit. And, I was strong enough just to, once I got a hold of it, to yank it out of his hand and toss it away. And I repeat again, the kid attacked me first. I was not out seeking little kids to attack, for those of you who think I'm a bully. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about geek bullying today. And it's just this idea people have where let's fight someone weaker than us in a geek setting. So, this mainly comes out, role-playing games is the big one, where you got the one player who always wants to start a tavern fight because I came here to fight. The game's all about fighting. Don't you dare bring role play into my role playing game. I just want to roll dice and fight and show what a great character I built and how he can hit anything and kill anything. So they go to a tavern and the guy wants to start a fight. It's like you're in a small village. Everyone else is a peasant, and you want to start a fight when you're a 5th level fighter and you want to start a fight with these people. Yeah, they're peasants. They got their pitchforks and rakes and all. No, they don't. These are peasants. They came to the tavern to have a night out with their friend, have a couple drinks, talk to their friend, find out what's new. They left the weapons at home. Unlike you, who go around in your armor all the time with all your weapons and, ready for a fight at any moment, the non-player characters don't do that. You're just a bully. You just want to show what a great character creator you are and how great your characters are, how they can beat up any peasant on the street. Now, some new game masters, some I'm not overly popular because my theory is the game should be challenging. And yes, the game master, it is not his job to try to kill the players or the player characters. Sometimes you want to kill the players, I admit, but however, it should be challenging. So, in my opinion, that means there should be a maybe 20 to 30% chance that someone might die. A player character might die. Or not even die. Sometimes you're set upon by highwaymen and all they want to do is steal your gold. And they will leave you, knock you unconscious, steal your gold, you'll recover. That is a fair scenario to run. But again, it's either a challenge and there's a chance they will succeed, or you are pandering to the players who never want to lose. What? But if they defeat us, they might steal my magic sword, and I spent 3 levels trying to buy this magic sword, and that was the whole quest for the last 2 episodes of the game was my trying to get this magic sword. And now you're going to have highwaymen steal it from me? Yes, because in real life that happened. In real life, sometimes they hold you up, make you, throw your weapons in the bushes and take your gold. So you don't have to lose your character in order to lose a fight. You just have to be defeated. There can be other consequences to losing a fight than dying. But no one wants to put up with that because everyone expects the game masters to set up scenarios that their characters can win, which usually means that the people we're fighting are 1 or 2 levels weaker than us. In other words, we're only going to go out and we're only going to fight things that we know we can beat up because that's what bullies do, and we're essentially bullies. Look out on the, growing up, you had the school bully. He didn't pick on the football team. He didn't pick on, people his size. He picked on the people smaller than him because he could win. He's a bully. That's what bullies do. And so, that's sort of the ironic thing about it is you will get the gamer, a lot of gamers are geeks. Some of them are proud of it. And they will complain sometimes about how, the jocks were such jerks and this person was such a jerk and, I was picked on because I was different, etc., etc., etc. And then when they play the game, they want to turn around and have their character do the exact same thing they complained about all their life. And so, I just want to point this out. Like I said, I like games to be challenging when I play them, which means, yes, there's a chance I will lose. There's a chance my character will lose money, lose their life, lose whatever. That's sort of what you go into a game playing, with the idea that you might lose. People who always have to win your game, people who always have to win typically turn into cheaters. Because, it's the only way to guarantee that you always win is to either play people not as good as you or cheat. No one likes to play with a cheater. No one wants to play with someone who's, brags just because they're able to beat you just because, they bought the more expensive stuff, collectible card games. It's not about skill, it's about buying the higher powered cards. And, again, people don't enjoy that because it's pretty much another form of bullyism. And it's bullyism by people who complain about how they were picked on by bullies all their life. And so I just wanted to point that out. I think everyone should lose a character in a role-playing game at least once just to let them know that it's not the end of the world and that, a part of role-playing games is the chance of losing because, it's a reflection of life. sometimes. Not always, sometimes. So that's all I had to say about the topic. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you put things into perspective. Yes, the nunchucks are a great weapon if you're well trained in them. But if you fight against someone else who's trained in them, then the advantage you have of being trained goes away as much, and it's not as good a weapon as something else. Same goes with bullying, same goes with everything, everything should be, there should be a challenge, otherwise life's not fun. Have a good day.